Content creation. It's 3:33 p.m. Big Dougie. What are you doing? I just have alarms going off in the middle of the day so I can kind of like spark myself and realize like we gotta get moving, Dougie. We gotta do something. You dig? You know, my main goal is to then get my physiology certificate while I'm doing bird mitigation. And it works out perfectly because I want to create a habit of eating the frog, doing the hard thing first, right? I got to organize all these clothes. This is how we live, man. Clean clothes on the floor or on the bed. I got to organize all this and either put it in the drawer, put it in those cubbies. But you gonna witness me cleaning this motherfucker. You know? But my main goal is to keep my word. Because that's what I told the lady who was doing the aviation this job. And it's very interesting because I was just telling myself, I'm an engineer. That's who I want to be. And this job in particular would be doing the tool maintenance for aviation technicians. So I'm thinking it's perfect because the bird mitigation is $13 an hour. I told myself I want to be making that $15 an hour, even though I knew it should be $16, but then I went down on myself, limiting myself. So the aviation tool repair, the tool maintenance, that's $16 an hour. I just got a job today that starts next week at $13 an hour and no drug test. Even though I've just been smoking THCA from the fucking corner store. But you know, I gotta get my shit straight. Stop smoking, bro. Even if it is just from the corner store, like stop smoking, bro. Especially since you don't need it. You don't need it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, the main goal would be to work, start getting a source of income while going to school. So when I get off of work, my main thing is to come home and go to school. That's it. That's all I want my focus to be on, bro, for the first phase of the year, which is really just December or January through February. That's the first phase of my year. So during that time, I want to get $1,000 in savings while maintaining my bills, and I want to get a certificate from for physiology, which costs $50, right? And I can work at it on my own pace. So for me, I would give myself 3 months, but I really need to shorten it to like really 1.5. Really all of February. If I'm really on my shit, I would stop smoking, right? Like if I'm gonna play around with it, that's fine, but it's not really. But it's like, by the time I start this job, because usually what I'll do is I'll get a job, and it will be the same thing. I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna work this job so I can detox. And then once I'm clean, I'll get the job I really want. And it's like, no. You need to motherfucking, like, just do that shit right now. Just stop. You know? So, it is what it is, G. It's just that, I really want this to be a fucking turning point, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go back to my old ways. One of the things I said, I don't know why, but when I'm talking to this lady about the job for aviation tool maintenance, you know, she's like, well, what can you tell me about yourself? And I'm like, well, I keep my word. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. and I'm looking to learn. I feel like I take instruction well. I'm a good assistant. The whole call really went very well, man. I don't think I documented it, but I wrote about it. I journaled about it because last week, I think it was last Thursday, this lady calls me about a job I applied for on Indeed, and she's telling me about it somehow. However, I got on it, bro, because I was just applying like crazy. That I think I was talking about one of those days that I intently made it to where I'm going to apply to 100 places, right? And I applied, took the whole day to apply to all these places, bro. Everything's happening for a reason, man. I don't know. Even homeboy coming through to talk to me right now, same day I get the call from the guy wanting me to work this job, and I was a little iffy about inviting this guy over because what? I want to do my thing, which is just fucking push-ups and journaling, doing this shit. Even though I gotta have more direct. Well, first and foremost, I gotta make a name for myself and do something. Like these little talks, like this ain't gonna go nowhere if I don't do editing, if I don't have a derivative, if I don't have bullet points and in a sense of direction. This is the number one thing you're not supposed to do as a creator, is just freestyle. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what I'm doing right now, is freestyle. You know? But I don't know. I mean, this journaling is really for me. But looking back, I'm already kind of embarrassed with some of the content I've been making, stuff I've been talking about. Cause my girl, I guess I was signed in on her page or something, and she saw my YouTube channel. She's like, "I discovered your secret channel," and I was like, "Oh shit, for real?" She was like, "You were talking shit about me," and I was like, "Nah, I was talking shit about myself," and she laughed it off. And I was like, I don't necessarily talk shit about her, cause it's not her. Like I've said shit about my half sisters, my mom, my dad, my friends, but it's not them. It's me. I'm a leader. I'm a born leader. Right? So anybody's influence, like, nah, we're the 3%. We influence them. It don't matter your environment. We influence you. We do it. We do the impossible every day. Don't do what you can do. Do what you cannot. But I don't know. Just gotta have a derivative, G. My derivative for this channel is to change my speech pattern to be positive. I'm documenting my activity like I did my journaling. Like I've been thinking about it recently too. I don't know why all I do is journal. Like that's the only thing I'm consistent at. Throughout the last 2-3 years, bro, I fill journals with my day. I don't know why. This is last year's, so I can compare. Am I doing better from last year to this year? I don't know why. Even in this journal, or like, I'm writing down, like, why am I doing this? Like, when I was doing high volume push-ups, I'm literally writing down, like, why the hell am I doing this? Why do I feel like it's necessary to do so many push-ups? Why, you know what I'm saying? But what's the objective? What otherwise do I have? Because I'm not doing shit with my life, bro. Literally. Like, I'm worse than average because I'm not participating in shit. Nice. Recommit to learning. It's cause, bro, I'm supposed to be doing physiology. I'm supposed to be learning some shit right now. This is last year's journal. January 28th. It's Sunday. It's leg day weights. I did leg day weights on this Sunday too, so you might be correlating a little bit. That's another thing I've noticed. My notes, usually it kind of correlates to last year. Whether I woke up late, whether I got in a fight with my girl, a lot of things kind of connect. Synchronicity is kind of weird. Well, this day last year I wrote, "It's coming. Stay on guard, stay ready. Seek God. You're behind." This is where I initiated 12 p.m. You gotta hit the door. You gotta get up, get out. So I have a calendar event that pops up every day at 12 o'clock saying, "Bro, get out in the sun. Like, get out, bro, get out." I don't listen to it half the time, but that's the thing I'm trying to... The road to 300. 300 days, bro. Can you hit something consistently every day for 365 days? Just one variable. What is it going to be? Read 30 minutes a day. Do it every single day. Work out every day. Do it every single day. What if you committed yourself to not self-sabotaging for 365 days? That's it. Why do you listen to all these men? Are you a feminist? Oh, nice. I was thinking about my ex-girlfriend and how I had dinner with her and her friends, and they asked me like, "Oh, what do you watch?" and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't watch TV. I'm not on social media. I don't watch TV. Like, I watch guys on YouTube. And that's something that me and my friend right now, we just talked about when he came over. He's like, you listen to all these guys giving advice, but you aren't changing your life. And I'm like, is it any better than you listening to rap music or a movie that shows you like 80,000 deaths a year? You know what I'm saying? And he's like, yeah, but I'm able to listen to music where Kodak Black's talking about taking meth, and you don't see me doing that shit. He's like, you see me listening to music about people shooting neighborhoods or whatever, and you don't see me going out shooting people. And I'm like, word, you got something, but I think it's the intention. It's the vibration, it's the frequency, it's the energy giving off, right? It's the subconscious level of what you're thinking. So I see his part, but he was telling me point blank, blatantly, saying, stop, don't blame people. You're blaming social media, government, mom, dad, girl. You're blaming, movies, TVs, whatever. You're blaming all this shit, but it's you. Anyway. Yeah, this dinner I had, the girl's asking me like, who do you listen to? What do they talk about? I'm like, I just listen to grown men talking about being a man. She's like, you need to learn how to be a man? And at the time I was kind of struck and I didn't really know what to say. I was like, yeah. And it's like, thinking back now, it's like, yes, I need guidance. All right. I'm not perfect like you, but I need some form of guidance. And you get mentors by reading books, go to YouTubes. You can't afford to pay for it yet. But it's like Kevin Samuel said, like, you need to work that full-time for your bills. Then you need to work that part-time for self-improvement. Your health coach, your business coach, right? Even your outfit coach, whatever it was, your appearance. You need a coach. Because your brain got you here, so you are not competent enough to get you where you want to be. So you have to get someone who's competent in that area. And you only put value to things that you pay for, really, but it just depends on who you are. I got a library card online so I can do some stuff. I'm doing I'm taking a course on physiology for free, but at the end of the day, if I want the official certificate, I'm gonna have to pay $50. So my objective for this job that I'm working is my pops told me back in the day, he said, if you ever work a job, have a goal at the very minimum. First, you should have a job lined up so you go straight to the other job before you quit. Don't quit without having something lined up. And then the second part is, if you are going to quit, have a goal first, saying I'm going to do this before that happens. So for me, it's going to be $1,000 in my savings, and my certificate. Those are my goals. You dig? So however long that takes, whether it's between now and 3 months, but it needs to be by February. Can you do that, G-Man? Can you do that? That's a bind, bro. You have to work double time. You gotta get a part-time job, you dig? You're gonna have to do even more. Anyway. It's coming. 4:30 a.m. I woke up out of nowhere. I think I'm playing video games. I'm listening to Monte on YouTube's 5:45. I'm drinking coffee. Eat the Frog. I've been knowing for a year that you gotta fucking do the hardest thing first, and that's what I was telling my friend, and he looked like, what? But I'm like, I gotta do the hardest thing first for me, and the hardest thing first for me is making money. Like, I will get the push-ups done, right? Like yesterday, my girl texted me that she was coming home, and I was like, oh fuck, I gotta get my push-ups done before she gets here. I usually take 22 minutes to do all my push-ups, but I rushed it. But I made that shit happen. It's one of those, so that's not really eating the frog anymore. Working out isn't really hitting the frog. Hitting 500 push-ups for me isn't really the hard thing for me anymore. I flipped it and, I inverted the bird, So now we have to switch it to do the hard thing. Is it work? Is it fitness? And then there's a third. Family? Or spiritual? Which one are you in right now? Which needs most of the attention, and then the other thing just damn. Your energy is going in all these directions, right? And that's how it's been put, is that your energy is going in all these directions. Let me break it down for you. Let me break it down for myself. The good old whiteboard. Let me tell you something. Holy mackerel. This was from a while ago. This is how I want my schedule to be. 4:30 a.m. We have a morning routine. Chores. I break everything into 5 phases. This is phase 4. And then phase 5 is not even on here, but it starts at 7:30. Hell's my marker. So I won't erase this, but see what we got here, son, is a failure to communicate. Jackass. So the evening is 5 stars. There's 5 phases of the day. I don't know why I said family and sleep in phase 4, because this is at 7:15. I know that. Got the different phases of the day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shit's drying up or what? Damn, son. But you can't even see this shit, man, backwards. You have fucking right marker. I gotta work on this one a little bit. Whiteboard ain't good for shit. Anyway, the whole objective is, let me get a new page. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But what it is like this. And I made a list the other day. I got all these things I want to do. You got the energy right here. You only have so much throughout the day, especially man, if you're on a 24-hour hormone cycle. Unlike women, women are on a 72-hour cycle or something like that. Whatever it is, we're different biologically. They're on a 28-day hormone cycle. We're on a 24-day. Testosterone's highest early morn between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. 2 p.m. something else happens which gives you that to keep going. And then in the day, the end of the day, it starts to go down. So really, you want to knock out the most in the beginning of the day, and it's the same with your energy. You want to use the most out of it in the first part. You want to do the hardest part first, right? That's why you want to eat the frog. And for me, it was doing push-ups, exercise. It was hard for me to maintain that. Now, to a certain degree, it's not difficult for me to say I'm going to hit my push-ups today, right? I'll do it with more ease. But if I were to say I'm going to study every day for 45 minutes, or I'm going to read my book every day for 30 minutes, like that's a little bit more difficult for me to maintain. Right? So your energy, I have all these things I want to do. I want to study, go to work. I want to exercise. I want to do electronics, mechanics, and some other shit. I made a whole list of it, all the things I want to do. Now Brian Tracy says, okay, you make a list of 10 things you want to do. Now circle the one that you want to go all in. For me right now, I think that's mechanics. Really an engineer. I want to know the components of an engine. That's what I would rather go all in with. But so my energy is going to all these places, all these things I want to do, and you have no focus. You're not able to accomplish anything because you're all over the place, right? But what you want is you just want one output. You have so much energy throughout the whole day. And yeah, you want to do it all in the first part, but your energy wants to look like that. One goal. Until that one thing is accomplished, then put all your efforts towards the next thing. You know, and it's just like Jim Rohn says, like the purpose of journaling and reflecting is so that you're going towards the right direction. So you can kind of, right? Because it's like you're shooting down, but maybe you start swerving to the right a little bit or to the left. So you, like, every 6 days, you have a year plan. But every 6 days, you kind of like pivot a little bit to know whether you're going towards that end goal. But for me, it's like I look at the end goal and I either get discouraged or I don't follow through. But it's like, no, you just need to know that your steps are going to get you towards that thing. And that if you continue these, eventually you'll get there. And sometimes that's why you got to pivot. You got to reflect on if any of the actions you have taken have got you any closer to that goal. So what's your main goal? What's the main goal? Right? Because I got all these things I want to do. But it's like the main goal right now is money. Is it work, fitness, or family, spiritual? The main things. And right now, it's got to be work. And then you maintenance the others. Spend some time with your family. Go work out for 30 minutes instead of 3 hours. I can't afford to go work out for 3 hours on some crazy shit. I need to be working the way that the other day, throughout the day, I did dishes, I did all my chores, I did my push, I did 1,000 squats, split it up throughout the day, and the whole day I was busy. The whole, like, either exercising, journaling, creating content, or thought someone was walking up. And I'm doing all these things, bro, but my energy's everywhere. I wanna read every day. I wanna go to school. Nah. It's like Albert Einstein. He worked during the day reviewing patents for like electronics and stuff, inventions. So he did his work during the day. Then in his free time, he wrote his essays or he did his studying. So that's how I feel like I gotta be, you know. Just in the fact that during the day, I gotta eat my frog. It's not so hard for me anymore to say that I'm gonna hit my push-ups, right? Because it can be 11:30 at night, almost midnight, and I'd be like, fuck, like I'm in crunch time, but I gotta get these done. So even though it's difficult to a degree, right, I'll still get it done because that's in my brain. This is what I do. So it's not really the frog. It's not the hard part anymore. It's not hard for me necessarily to a degree. It's still difficult, right? But I'm more inclined to do it. So that's how I have to get with schoolwork, but mainly money. You know, my friend even told me, he's like, bro, you're big pimping, bro. He's like, you're being a pimp because this guy, he's like, I know a guy and his girl's letting him stay with him. And she's making him sleep in the garage. She's making him DoorDash 24/7, right? He's like, your girl feeds you, gives you presents, and you're still not paying rent or paying for groceries. Now, that's not right. But I'm just saying, that's how I've been living, right? So the only thing I can see for myself is just to do that thing that's hardest for me, which is to get up and get some money. That's just the way of the world, is you gotta work. Whether you change the work that you do. Okay, you wanna drive trucks and travel? Fine. You wanna join the army, really? Because my homeboy, he was right here, and he even said it. He's like, does it just sound good to say that you're going to the army? Because it's been 2 years and you still haven't done it. It just sounds good. Like you're actually accomplishing something. It's kind of like when I would apply to all these jobs and then they called me to show up and I wouldn't show up. Because it felt good, like I was actually doing something. But then when it was actually time to get the job, I spaz out. But that's the thing, bro. I'm leading everybody to their wits' end because they're like, I don't know what to do with you, G. They're like, I don't know what to do with you, man. Everyone's dumbfounded by my lack of achievement. Someone's crying outside. Just kids, man, wilding out. But that's the thing, bro. My friend's telling me, he's like, man, you scared of yourself, G. He's like, you're scared of yourself, you're scared of the world, you're worrying about what humans think. And that's the example he used. He was like, Chloe, shh. He was like, if I went to a gas station and I had boogers in my nose and then I'm all embarrassed, he's like, you think I'm going to like be worried about them and be like, oh man, those people, like, he's like, I'm not even from this side of town. He's like, I'm never going to see them again. Matter of fact, I don't ever have to come here again if I don't want to. He's like, you're worried about the wrong things. You know, because I told him straight up, he's like, why wouldn't you join the army? I'm like, because I'm afraid of what my dad would think or what he would say. He was like, what if you were gay? I mean, he was just using an example. He was like, what if you, because he knows my dad's a super religious man. He's like, what if you wanted to be a girl and you wore wigs and you went around them and he had to introduce you to his friends? And he's like, this is my daughter and this is my son, daughter, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? He would feel a certain type of way about it. But he's like, you know, they do their fucking thing. You know, it's like, what if you were that way? He's like, you can't live your life for everybody, bro. But yeah, I think that kind of pinpointed it, bro. Like, I'm always concerned about what everybody else thinks. Everybody, bro. My girl, her mom, my parents. You know. So had a good talk with my friend, man. But man, I'm in phase one, which is January, February, and February is about to start next week. I start my job February 3rd. Is like for 20 days, because you get 20 days out of the month to work. I get 10 days for myself. I'm just saying. Out of 30 days, you get 20 work days for a regular human being. And it's like, what are you going to do with those 20 days? I need to work 20 days, bro. Just to do the minimum. Just to help with the bills, right? Next month is my birth month. I start working February 3rd. My birthday is February 25th. And it's like, I need to get something popping. At least because I know my girl would want to do something for me. And it's like, I can't even help myself. I don't want to have like zero money at all. Not having nothing going for me. No school, no work. You know, and that's why I was kind of getting down over the weekend too, because I was putting a lot of time into this physiology trying to get the certificate. And I'm thinking, boy, you don't even have a job, nigga. You know? But I think this schedule is going to work. And look at the hand of God. Excuse me for my language, but it's like God has got to be involved. He has to be. He's got to be. Because this man called today saying, I got the job for this work. Starts next week. He's talking about the schedule. And he already asked me twice if working night shift would be fine for me. And I said yes. But I'm thinking like, damn, you know what? That's not too good because I'm going to have to take the bus a majority of the time. And I know that buses don't run that late around here. And I get out at 10 o'clock. So more than likely, I'm probably going to be fucked. Or at least I'll be able to catch one bus. But then for a transfer, I'll be fucked. So I'm still fucked. And he wanted me to go to the park that was all on the west side, far as shit. So I already knew, like, that ain't happening. But then he said, you know what? Actually, we do have a location that's closer to you. Because I said, you know, oh, that park's a little bit further, but we can make it work. And then he said, you know what? Actually, I can get you at this park that's closer to you, a different location. He said, would you want to work weekends or full shift? And I was like, full shift. And then he was like, well, actually, if you want at this park, we can put you for day shift. And I said, yeah, let's do that. And that would work, but that would work good for me. Because that would work better for me. And that's exactly what I've been wanting. That's exactly what I just said I needed to do. Was that I need to get up first thing in the morning, hit the dough. Right? And I got to be there at 6 o'clock. And that's perfect for me because, yeah, I'm going to have to take the bus. But more than likely, it's going to be what I've been saying subconsciously I need to do, which is the first bus out of here, very first one, it leaves at 4:30 a.m. And I've been telling myself I need to wake up at 4:30. Now, it might be that I need to wake up at 4 so I can drink my coffee, get myself together, and catch that 4:30 bus. Because I might have to start catching that 4:30 bus because I was just saying I need to eat the frog. You know, I need to do the hardest thing for me. And that's going to work every single day. So you're supposed to do the hardest thing first. Now, the working out isn't so hard. I mean, it's tough, but I'm more likely to do it after work rather than do my workouts and then go to work, right? More likely. That's just, you know, how I've been. So even though it's hard for me because I even wrote in my journal yesterday, I need to reevaluate my priorities. My priorities have been to do my push-ups and to do my journaling. And it's like you need to reevaluate that. Your priority needs to be we go to work. Then you can do your exercise. Then you can do your journaling, right? There's got to be hierarchy, bro. You got to and I don't know why it took so long. Like, people have been telling me all the time, but it's like clear as day. You have to reevaluate your priorities, because it's clear your priorities are working out. But you need to make money, bro. You need to go to work. That needs to be your priority, G-man. You know? So that's what it is. My main goal is school and work for the remainder of February. The year for me, because I just have to break things down, or else I just be thinking too much. The year has to be breaking into phases. And for me, what helps is breaking the day into phases. That's how I can accomplish my push-ups or my squats. Like, if I want to do 500 in a day, well, then I have 5 phases in the day, and I just do 100. You know, it takes me 10 minutes to do 100, and then I just do 5 10-minute sessions, and I have these phases throughout the day. So the year is the same way. The first phase is December through February, and it's about to be February. So these last 30 days is all I have to this phase, and I know I gotta make some establishment. I gotta do something on the front end to make some sort of progress. So my main goal is I have till the end of February. My main goal is to get $1,000 in my savings and still pay bills and stuff. So I might have to do a little extra, get a part-time job, bro, because it still might not be enough. Because I was telling myself, like, bro, you're over here willing to spread your fucking squats throughout the day so you can do 1,000. He's like, you need to spread your work throughout the day. You need, like, I personally need to be working 12 to 17 hour days. Here's the job. Let's see if there's any news. Hello?
Hello, Josh?
Howdy, yes sir.
Hey, sir, I wanted to touch base with you. Is it possible, if the city was asking, can we put you down for night shift Monday through Friday at Brackenridge Park?
Night shift?
Yeah. From 2 p.m. to 10 p.m.?
Till 10 p.m. Well, that's what I was thinking. Well, the only reason why is because I think the when you said the morning, I thought that might be a little bit more convenient, because I just started to have to share a ride, so some of the time I will be taking a bus.
Yeah.
So like that was the only reason why. It's not gonna be like that all the time, but just transportation wise.
Gotcha. Okay, all right.
I mean, but it is definitely possible, because I will be able to get a ride on those days. So I'm just sharing a vehicle.
Okay, I'm going to put you in for night shift. Just keep in mind, as long as you're there by 2 p.m. and you work till 10. Okay?
Yes, sir. All right then.
And you said you want to work Monday through Friday, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, gotcha. All right, I'll go ahead and do that for you.
All right then. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Pussy boy. I was just talking about how I need to get up, get out, but hey, I don't necessarily have the discipline to be waking up at 4 in the morning yet. But hey, if I go at 2, at least I know I'll get there. But also, I was able to be honest with my man and tell him my transportation, because before I lied and I told him, oh, I'm driving myself. So boom. And that's cool, because hey, then I get to do my so-called priorities. which is push-ups and journaling. So, really from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., I only got 2 hours really, right? I should be doing studying. I don't know. This is just a prompt. I don't know. And really 6 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. should be self-investment. What's it called? This is just a practice run. This is a motherfucking. It's an essay, but it's a prompt. It's a fucking. And then 12 p.m., that's my rule. 12 p.m., we need to get out the fucking house. 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., travel to work. And then 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., clocked in. Shit, then really by 11:11, you need to go sleepy poo. And 6 a.m. we wake up, do it all again. For real, G. That's how it's got to be. I mean, that right there is a practice schedule right there of how it would really work. You got to wake up, and then you still got to damn be on point. That's what's always got me messed up before. When I first moved in with my mama in Conroe, I went to school in the morning, then I went to work in the afternoon. And then what screwed me up is I start seeing a girl, and then I get distracted. All my time goes to her. I'm not able to delegate, right? The key factors are you got to delegate your time. You know what I'm saying? That's why the phases help me. Like if I have 5 phases of the day, like the 4th or the 5th phase, every phase dedicated to something. I mean, but these phases, I don't know, man. It's just a way of me to keep track of things, but you know, you can kind of get lost in there. Cause these fucking phases, bro. It's just to help me stay organized a little, you know. All these notes and shit. But so yeah, bro. 5 phases of the year, 5 phases of the day. That's how I'm trying to, you know, attack things. So, the 5 phases of the day. Phase 1 is from midnight to 4:45. That really needs to be a sleeping block. Morning routine from 5 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. That's really how it needs to be. So really, I need to be starting earlier, bruh. Right? I'm over here trying to motherfucking do some shit. Still not, you know, I'm cutting myself too much slack. 6 a.m. It's got to be 5 a.m., bro. You need that time. And that's good. That's a good way to think about it. 5 a.m. 5 a.m. 6 o'clock. So 5 a.m. needs to really be wake time. And that's already a phase of your day. The first phase of your day really needs to be spent towards sleeping, rest, 100%. If it's already midnight, you know you're doing too much. You need to go to sleep, for me. Then 5 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., that's my morning routine. That's for me, my self-investment. Working out, journaling, studying physiology, my certificate work, boom. 9:30 to 2:30 p.m. So 9:30 a.m., I gotta start fucking getting on my thing. You did. That, like, getting ready for work, really. 9:30. Mm-hmm. That study time, it might have to be, right? Study might have to be 7 a.m., 5 a.m. That's 2 hours to do your journaling or whatever. Journal, push up, study. We gonna put all that in the same category. You did 5 a.m. to 8:30. And really, it's 9:30. 9:30 a.m. Right? That's 4.5. That's 4 hours. Then that's enough to do studying. 2 hours studying, 2 hours of your exercise or whatever. That's you time, bruh. And really, if you miss that window, you shouldn't really get that time. That's why you kind of need that, because if it's your priority, that means you do it prior. It's prior. If it's really that important to you, you'll wake up at 5 a.m. and you'll do it first. So in order to go to work, I want to do my priorities first. Wake up at 5 a.m. That's my self-investment. Journaling, push-ups, and studying. 9:30 a.m. It's time to clean, perhaps. Right? You got your sleep. You got your self-investment. Then you got your output, which is clean the house. Then you got to clock in. Then you got family/leisure. That's it. Those are my 5 phases of the day. Sleep, my self-investment, my output, cleaning the house, cooking, whatever. And then clocking in. And then family and leisure time. So, the personal investment, I put that in phase 4. But really, phase 4 is work. I know I'm going off on one, man. I'm on a tangent. Work prep is 9:30 to 2:30. I have to revise my fucking original schedule, because I got the phases, because I'm able to, I asked AI to split my day up, so I can just focus in the time barrier. Phase 1 for sleep, midnight to 4:45. 5 o'clock, I gotta get the fuck up. I got my routine, self-investment, from 5 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. That's where I can do whatever I want to do. This shit, content creation, content upload, journaling, push-ups, schoolwork. Any of that shit has to be in this time frame till 9:30. 9:30 comes around, I gotta do work prep. Like I think I personally gotta start getting ready and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I gotta start getting ready, bro. I gotta clean the house. Maybe that's when I'll do my studying. I don't know. I gotta revise it, These are 4-hour times, because it's really work prep, though, because that third phase is the crucial one, right? Phase 1's already spent. You spend that one when you're sleeping. You know what I'm saying? And then phase 2, if those are your priorities, you need to knock them out. Your push-ups, your journaling, content creation, whatever the hell it is, studying for certificates online. You gotta hit the books immediately off the bat. Get all that shit out for yourself. Really, it should be whatever, man. Thinking too much about it, but that 9:30 to 2:30 is the most crucial for me, right? I gotta get into work mode, you know. I gotta get all my shit sorted, start thinking about work so that I can catch the bus, be there on time. There's really no excuse for me to not be there on time. And as for getting off, I'm so worried about the time that I get off. More than likely I'm gonna have a ride. You know, my girl will pick me up. And then if not, I can almost guarantee you that, I mean, the buses run late, bro. But depending on the schedule, you might be able to catch a bus that it might just be like the very last bus that rolls through. Honestly, that's how I see it. So, you know, it kind of works out for me because I think I've always worked better when I do my school work first, you know, or my personal investment first. Then in the afternoon, go get the money. So it kind of works out for me personally, you know. It's all right. So, and it's better because you got your priorities, G. You need to do that shit first. You say your working out is important to you, then you need to wake up at 5 a.m. and do that shit first, right? Get all that shit out. And it's good for me to get things done earlier because I don't like feeling a lot of pressure near the time. So, you know, get everything done by 9:30. Then 9:30, it's time to start getting ready because that phase ends at 2:30. I gotta be at work at 2. You know what I'm saying? So that 4-hour window is only 4 hours. I don't really think I should be trying to fit my schoolwork in those 4 hours. And you know, there's a person passing by mocking the dogs barking at him. It's hilarious. But yeah, that's interesting how this video took a turn. Because I was talking about how I need to wake up and get money and eat the frog. And then the guy calls and says, hey, we need to make that switch for the afternoon. You know? But I think it's better. Because I have thought, like, if something's a priority to you, you'll do it prior. Right? And I just got to get that discipline because I haven't had enough of that discipline to do what I desire first. That's how I got caught up in school last time because I'd wake up late due to no discipline. And then I'm like, oh, I want to do my workout before I go to school. But then it's like, no, motherfucker, you missed that mark. You don't get to slack on school because you slacked on working out. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Priorities. I needed to, at that point, I should have reevaluated my priorities. You know what I'm saying? School or working out? You should go to school, asshole. Work out afterwards or something. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But it's just something I didn't realize. So, yeah, I gotta have a window in the morning. It's probably best for me if first thing off the bat I know, okay, do your workout, or at least your splits, because I think it's good for me to split it up. Maybe I do 20 minutes when I wake up, 20 minutes when I get home, something like that, right? But like I gotta do some splits. Anyway, whatever, dude. Fucking morning routine, 222 push-ups, journal and reflection. These are things that are important to me. You know, you gotta do that shit off the bat. And if you don't wake up before 9:30, motherfucker, you missed out on that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta motherfucking clean. You gotta shower. You gotta study. 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And then, motherfucker, this is Monday through Friday, right? And then you get 2 days to yourself, Saturday and Sunday. Right? Five days business, 2 days for me. Simple and plain. Right? So that personal investment, that work, that cheddar, that money. Right? So phase 4 and 5, I mean, you're pretty much out the game by then, B. Cause phase 4 ends at 7:15. But I get off of work at 10 o'clock. So some of that time's already done, right? But 8, 9, 10, that's 3 hours. That's just the way it's gotta be, man. Phase 4 and 5, clocked in, and then just come home to eat and go to sleep. That's how it's gotta be, Monday through Friday at least, right? Which is good. Finish off the rest of the day. I got plans. The beginning, I gotta do what's for me. Gotta get my stuff out the way. You know, works for me. So on a 365 day plan, the phases of the year, from Christmas to February. Oh Lord. These phases are kind of different. Hold on now. Uh-oh. My timing might be off. These phases are saying there's 365 days. If I split it into 5 phases for the year, there's 73 days per phase. Little over 2 months, right? A month and a week, something like that. A month and 10 days. 2 months. 2 months. So really, it's January, February. Really, December and January is the first phase. So I'm practically already out. But I'll lay the foundation for the rest of the year. That's what I did with my first phase. Crazy. These titles are interesting. This was on January 16th. So Christmas to February is the winter and the spring renewal. I think it's renewal. Because if I keep my head straight, nose to the ground, I did the spring renewal. Right? I was at rock bottom Christmas. Literally, I took note of that. I'm at rock bottom. So from Christmas to February was renewal season. Right? I got my head straight and my goals straight. I know what I want specifically. I wrote it down. I've never done that before, at least. You know, I had a gist of what I wanted, but we on to the details right now. What I want and what I need. Now, this changes everything too. This is kind of big time right here. But the first phase is already up. It's kind of like the sleep. Like the first phase is that renewal, that charge up. You're literally not even doing anything consciously during the first phase. The first phase, I'm sleeping. And it's the prep work, right? And that's practically what this was. December to February was prep work. Now I know my direction practically for the rest of the year, what I'm gonna do. And February to May has got to be the spring growth forward, spring forward. The growth, right? So it's true. I planted the seed all of January, put in 100 applications, getting my mind set and focused on what I want to do, what I want to be, specifically pinpointing it, specifically writing a goal on what the time. You have to have a set date to where you want to be. So February to May, I get my first job in the first week of February. So I need to damn be working. February, March, April, May. How the fuck does that work? 4 months? May, June, July, August, December, January, February. Well, why the hell December, January, February, March, April, May? It's 3 months. 3 months. Because if it's December to February, February to May, May to August, August to November, November to December. So, first phase is practically up for me, right? Can knock that off. February to May, February, March, April, May. But then it's June, July, August, right? So really, I don't know, man. I would say I got all of February, bro. But well, you just kind of got some time to play with that. It's either 3 months or 4 months. So it's like you kind of got like a month to like get it all together, finish up loose ends. So February, really just need to be working. And we go back to this yearly phase book. I put it simple like this: December to February, phase 1; March to April, phase 2; May to August, phase 3; August to November, phase 4; and November to December, phase 5. December to February, that's December, January, February. March to April, March, April. May to August, May, June, July, August. August to November, August, September, October, November. And then the last phase, phase 5, is November to December. But hey, I tell you what though, that first phase, bruv. February is still in that phase. It sets the foundation. So it's like all of February, I gotta be working. I'm gonna work all of February. And if I'm really about it, right? Because that morning part, I'm taking the morning to do my workouts and what? You know what I'm saying? I should be doing something, you know. But I'm gonna be going to school. I mean, that's so low time, bro. But hey, you gotta be doing something up in this motherfucker. For real, G. We just gotta be moving. For me, I just gotta constantly be moving. That's it. Simple and plain. You know, can we start out with this at least? Because I feel like that's gonna work for me. Do my workouts, do my studying, go to work. That's it. You know, but, you know, see how it goes, G. Try to take a new direction.